All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. We're here for another cloud stream. Um, the tiniest bit of upkeep up top is expanding on the stuff that was mentioned last week about Vegas being up in the air and whether or not they canceled the Dual Commander event. So it looks like yes, they have not only canceled the Dual Commander Cup in Vegas, but also can likely cancel the Dual Commander Cup in Atlanta for the next American MC. So it seems like they're just kind of killing support for that, which is very unfortunate. So much for my aspirations of going to MC Vegas. But I have heard there are a couple other bigger Dual Commander events that are happening. I've heard that Cool Stuff Con in Dallas in mid May is going to be running a Dual Commander event. So I'm keeping my eye on that. We'll report back at some point in the near ish future on my plans. There's a couple other Dual Commander events. I know there's one up in Michigan that's like a dual commander event for some dual lands. So I want to make it to like at least some of these events out there. And if they're not MCs to play like Legacy Dual Commander, then maybe some other stuff. Some other stuff's got me. But more to come on that. For now, we're just gonna get back at it with some more Cloud. Same deck list as last week. Had a lot of success. So it's really strong 4-1. Beat a bunch of Tasigur, beating Spider-Man, losing to Grist. So I just kind of want to keep jamming. Really happy our changes came up really strong. Very happy with the list thus far, and we'll see how it goes today. All right. I also need to figure out how many QPs I have, because I think there's a Legacy Showcase this Sunday, and I'm pretty certain that I don't have enough QPs for it. 30? Fuck. I need 10? 10 more QPs? That's so many. We'll just 5-0 today. It'll be fine. Then I'll only need like 1-5-0 and I'll be safe. All right. De La Pete. I feel like we played against them last week. I feel like someone in chat recognized their name. Maybe not, because I definitely didn't play against Ral last week. Storm, huh? After it makes sense after a bunch of people cut their Storm hate. Removal spells, notably a lot better against Ral. This hand, however, is pretty weak against Ral, all things considered. We don't have Thalia. What do we have? In terms of hate. Ranger Captain, Aven Interrupter. We still have Archon of Emeria, Anointed Peacekeeper, Dranith's likely good. Lions, yeah, Lions is probably like okay, but it's definitely not. And especially because it's tutorable, I'm not like pumped to have it in my opener, you know? It's gonna be online turn 3 whether I want, like, by hook or by crook. Sanctifier Invec's a good one. Does the same thing as the Lions Edge, a bunch of mana investment. I don't think I like this hand. All right, this hand. All right, this one works a lot more. This one's got a lot of juice. I think we're just bottoming Thalia here. I can't imagine that Thalia is the most exciting in this matchup. It'll probably turn off some of our non-basics, but like these 3 drops are way better. Maybe we could cut Cathar Commando instead, or like board like the put the Cathar Commando on bottom instead. But I do like the ability to hold up Thraben. Like, if I am holding up Thraben Charm on a turn, I can, like, flash in Cathar Commando instead if they don't do anything. I think we'll just go with this. We are on the draw, and we don't have any removal for our turn 2 Ral, unfortunately. We can't even kill it on turn 3 unless we draw a 1-drop. So we might just get fucking murdered. But I definitely haven't played against Ral. I've only kind of, like, seen the list in passing, so I don't really know what their, like, critical turn is. I imagine they don't kill you that consistently turn 3. It's like turn 2 Ral. I don't think they kill you on turn 3 every time. Just debating whether or not I'm supposed to hold up Thraben Charm. It's probably just worth it to hold up Thraben Charm because playing Cloud isn't doing a lot anyway. And then I'll just play Cathar Commando if they like don't go for it. Oh, Ral. That's good for me. Kind of makes sense into like no one drop. Maybe they have some sort of like counter spell stuff going on. Some remand effect would kind of make sense in a storm deck. Maybe just a removal spell, but it plays well into our ability to hold up 2 cards with flash on turn 2. Maybe just like some removal spell for a hate bear. Who knows? Helping Hand is not bad. If we get a Spellbinder or a Peacekeeper killed. They might even just like fetch Surveil or whatever here. Probably end up doing that if I don't cast anything, yeah. Makes sense. What the fuck is this? Is there... This is just like... Has... Is there like High Tide maybe? They really want like... There are 2-color deck that really wants things with like basic land types? Trying to figure out why they'd want a mold. Maybe to support like Mystic Sanctuary, but like still, I feel like you'd be able to do that without playing fetchable. Is it Guildgate in your deck? Because the problem is I don't really know what I'm supposed to do on turn 3 here. Just a bolt effect. All right. Maybe I'm supposed to just helping hand this Cathar Commando. Let's untap, see what we draw. It's not very exciting is the issue. Playing Spellbinder first is a little bit better into follow-up removal spell because, like, if I get the ETB off and they cast another bolt on it or whatever, and we get helping hand it back and we get the ETB again rather than Peacekeeper. Peacekeeper trip can't be bolted, which is nice. It also can name Ral. I think I'm supposed to cast a 3 here just for the sake of mana efficiency. I don't think just holding up Thraben Charm and doing nothing is... Or just, like, buying back a 3-1 and saying go and holding up Thraben Charm is that good. Having creatures on board to make the Thraben Charm able to, like, kill a Ral is also nice. My opponent has to be double queuing, right? These. Oh yeah, the MTG bot said probably double queuing, huh? Nice spell snare. Intuition's pretty scary. I'm gonna be so real with you. Spell snare definitely a lot less scary when I know about it. I kind of want to name Ral. Intuition is less scary with Thraben Charm in hand than notably. If they just play land to say go here, and hold up the intuition, we can like... Well, if we cast Cloud, it gets snared, then we get Helping Hand Cloud. I think I'm naming Ral Monsoon. It's a little awkward that you actually don't get to hit the backside if you name the front side. But if they play a 4-mana Ral, then we can play 2-drop and Thraben Charm the Ral, which is nice. Maybe if I don't name Ral, they just play Ral, hold up Snare, and then we're just kind of sitting there awkwardly. If I name Intuition, is just a really scary card. I'd like to just take it out of play forever. We can like attack down a Ral. Just play Elite Spellbinder and like Helping Hand next turn, and then we can't Thraben Charm because it gets... Does this flip starting loyalty 2? I'm gonna name Intuition. I don't know if that's right. Ral does notably discount the stuff, like if I Spellbinder their Spell Snare, it only costs 2 mana because the Ral discounts it. What are we fetching for? I think I just have to jam Cloud to get through the Spell Snare so we can successfully like try to Thraben Charm the Ral. And we can like Helping Hand the Cloud afterwards as well. I think I'm gonna go with Cloud, get Spell Snared, Helping Hand Cloud, play Skull Clamp or something. Then they'll have a 4 mana Intuition in hand. That is a little scary, huh? Untapping with Ral. Maybe we'll just cast Cloud, let it go to the graveyard, and hold up Thraben Charm that turn. Maybe we'll just draw a 1-drop. Fetch, tapped Mystic Sanctuary, say go is interesting. Yeah, with the Ademi especially, I think I do just Cloud into the Spell Snare and let it go to the graveyard. Well, this is my chance to tag the Intuition. They have nothing in hand? We know their whole hand because they played the fetch land. But then the shields are still down. They'll just always Spell Snare Cloud on the next turn, though. I like that this is my a bit turn to snipe the Intuition. Am I supposed to Helping Hand a 3-1? I don't think so. Being really wishy-washy with my plays. Kind of comes with the territory, I guess, when you're kind of like guessing around what your opponent's gonna be able to do. In a matchup you are unfamiliar. There's so many tap. I feel like it is some way supporting Mystic Sanctuary. We still know their whole hand. Host is pretty good too. We can keep our Thraben Charm even. Flash in Ademi, maybe get the Ademi Spell Snare. I kind of want to just get Cloud Spell Snared anyway, though. You're also playing with Cloud against Round MTG at this very moment. That is a unusual coincidence. Thinking about not spell snaring, maybe? If they don't spell snare, then I can just oust the Ral. Since they're holding up spell snare for my Thraben Charm. Interesting. They let it. Nope. They just give up. Cool. All right. That's good for me, I guess. We take those. They might be a little tilted from fumbling the Mystic Sanctuary turn, I think. Without Thalia in the deck, there's definitely no like sideboard option. If Ral poses enough of a metagame presence, obviously you can put the Thalia back in, but you know, we talked about it on last week's stream about our, our very intentional decision to omit a lot of our Stormhate with the death of Rogak. And sometimes you do play against like the Storm deck still, and you wish you had an Storm Canonist or a Thalia or something. But or like a Hand of Vecna, so Cloud can actually pressure. But it's still not bad. We have a lot of hate bears in the deck, as we kind of saw in that game. just having elite spellbinders and peacekeepers and stuff to gum up the works was pretty solid. All right, sand is below average, but I think it's okay. I like actually having an answer for Ral on turn 2 into, like, finding a land and peacekeeper on 3. Maybe get a sword of their deck versus them. I mean, Sword of Fire and Ice is like step 4 or 5 on the game plan, but yes. It is pretty good to have sort of pro red and blue versus the red and blue deck. Alright, finding land is good. Means we actually get to curve out. I think I'm supposed to hold up Unexpectedly Absent. Playing Cloud is just such a slow. You're gonna ice me? Yeah, well, fair enough. It is also nice that Unexpectedly Absent can answer a Ral if it gets, like, flipped in a non-combo turn. They just, like, Ral, cast 2 spells or whatever, and happen to flip it. We can still get rid of it fairly easily. Probably jamming Peacekeeper here next turn. There's Ral. No land and Ral, huh? I guess that's really awkward. Not really allowed to jam Peacekeeper, huh? What if they just put it on? I guess I can overpay by 1. If they just, like, put it on top and recast it, I guess then I Parallax Wave, and we're still fine. Yeah, just Ral's interesting for a commander for our blue-red spells deck. They're like, the problem with that is that there's so many better blue-red commanders if you're not, like, trying to cast, like, specifically 10 spells in one turn and kill them. Blue-red commanders are, like, pretty powerful between, like, VV 2099. There's the, like, isn't that like a Malcolm card or something? There's like a blue-red one that, like, makes clues every time you cast your second spell for a turn or something like that. That kind of all work. Well, 2099, yeah, 2099 doesn't really work for the blue-red spells deck, but so they hit their land drop and they put a solve the equation in their hand. Recruiter can't really find very good Storm Hate with Thalia and Canonist gone, right? I can't get Dranith. I can't get Archon. I mean, I could get, like, Elite Spellbinder. I get Aven Interrupter, which is not bad. Can't get Ranger Captain. That's about it. I think we're just... It's kind of awkward that we've been playing off curve the whole game, but feels correct to just jam this Peacekeeper, huh? Oh, that's cool. It's a wheel. If you have Ral in play, it's a wheel and a Past in Flames. Misdirection's a good one to know about. This is a wizard. Also a good one to know about. Notably, Ral costs 4 mana right now, and we do have another answer to it in our hand. Ugh. I assume Lutria's ban is the obvious 4 on stick 2 generic. Oh, it's just the obvious. It's literally free in any deck that has blue and red because companions are, like, broken. You just get it. You just get to play it for literal free, and therefore it's just banned forever. Although they did just do the unbanned and regular EDH, where they said Lutri's only banned as a companion, so you're allowed to play it as a commander. Interesting to see if Dual Commander will adopt a similar rule. I don't think it really matters that much because Lutri's like the 12th best card you could put in blue-red card you could put in the command zone. Anyway, I'm losing sight of how this turn's supposed to go. It's a little awkward. Flame of Anor can kill my Anointed Peacekeeper on end step. This card's really expensive. Maybe I just name Solve the Equation. It's also really expensive. I don't know what they get with this. A lot of these cards are like marginally annoying and I kind of just want to name Flame of Anor because it's the only thing that kills my Anointed Peacekeeper. But then it doesn't. My Anointed Peacekeeper doesn't do anything besides attack them for 3. But if I name Solve the Equation and they just go land, they just say go and then have Flame of Anor, then what? Then I let it die. Hope I don't die in the process, and then like helping hand it. That's probably fine. Solve the equation, I guess. Didn't realize you could have both a commander and a companion. Yeah, it's very rare that it comes up. There are some decks that play Lurrus, but that's about it. Because your commander needs to fulfill the companion requirement as well. So to play Lurrus, you need to be a black white 2-drop or 1-drop basically. Tempt, Sea Reborn, say go, hold up Flame of Anor. Oh, sorcery speed that deal. I think I just name Solve the Equation again. It's like a pretty scary card. Prismari Command is a shatter, right? It is important to note. It cannot kill a Noted Peacekeeper, but can blow up all of my equipment. I can play Recruiter here to just go get another hate piece. It's awkward that I can't get the drum into play because my Noted Peacekeeper came in tapped, if that's the case. Although, we need to be able to answer a Ral if it comes back down. Something I'm, I guess, not that worried about. Maybe I'm just supposed to recruit Solitude? As a Ral answer? No, there's a misdirection in my opponent's hand. Spellbinder can't be misdirected, right? Target opponent, yeah. Could just play Cloud. Drum. Nothing. No. Remember when Resurrection was a 4-mana spell? I mean, I think Helping Hand is similar to... I mean, makes sense in white. Same as Unearthed. Maybe just Sanctifier Invec against this Will of the Just guy? That's pretty good. It's immune to, like, the burn. It's immune to misdirection. Exiles, like, all the red cards. I kind of like that, actually. I didn't think about that too long. I maybe should have, like, looked through that list more. Cloud Drum Clamp is maybe real. Yeah, but then they just Prismari Command to kill the Cloud and the Clamp, and then I'm not super happy. Deal 2 to the Cloud, shatter my Clamp. If I could also draw cards, I'd be into it. But I'm like 1 mana off that. I like the Sanctifier now that I saw it. Soporific Springs, huh? 5 mana solve the equation. You got it. Probably Sanctifier Drum Cloud now. We'll see what I'm about to fucking die to, huh? We have not a lot going for us here. Time Spiral? Oh. My opponent doesn't really have a lot going for them either, then. Their plan is just Time Spiral me. Do I want to play Cloud into the Time Spiral turn, potentially? Excuse me. Because I could just play Glimmerlens, which lets me draw more cards. The Cloud doesn't do anything if my card gets vanished. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to 13, and then it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is it lethal if I put Cloud into play? No, then they hold the Prismatic Command even if they miss, and then like we're still never lethaling them. Maybe even supposed to be playing like Parallax Wave next turn to make sure that there's no like Ral, spell, flip, do some bullshit. Are we just wheeling? Are we just drawing a new 7? Yeah. Notably, they still have Prismari command up here. But also notably, you can't misdirection Parallax Wave because it only hits spells. Playing Cloud is free here because then I have a summoning sick creature to use the drum with. I know their whole hand. Misdirection, Prismari command, Time Spiral, yeah. I will cry if you don't get to use Sword of their deck first them. I mean, they've been holding up a Shatter like every turn. I think I'm just gonna grab Clamp here. Do they have Shatters? Yeah, it's really fucked up. Are they gonna shatter my... They're thinking about shattering my drum? That'd be, like, kind of insane. I would miss 1 damage, though. No changes? There were no changes in Legacy, that's for sure. I think it's kind of fine. I really didn't expect there to be any changes at all. I'd have been pretty surprised. I do notably want to Parallax Wave before I attack. To activate the Parallax Wave before I attack. Because if they like Prismari Command and flip the Ral or something, I need to be able to attack it, right? Well, I guess I could just exile it again, but... What am I doing here? Clamp. Yeah, that's right. Gimme. Prismari Command, Shatter, Glimmer Lens, kill... They have to loot, right? That's like... I feel like that's... They just have to, right? Yeah. Or just loot, make a treasure, yeah. That tracks. Discarded Will of the Jeskai Misdirection. That also makes sense. Alright. I feel like I'm in a decent spot here. Obviously, they get to wheel a whole new hand, but we have a Sanctifier in play and a Parallax Wave. Uh-oh. You're never happy to see this on the stack. Oh, no, never mind. They're actually super desperate, I think. Temporal Fissure, sure. Land. I think they're dead. Do they have a time warp? Yeah, I guess they thought that digging for. They just didn't. I guess they thought that bonus round into dig 4 was better than 0 mana draw 7. What did they have to get here? Had they played? They didn't play land for turn, right? So if they hit like land drop plus ritual effect, they still can't time spiral because they need blue though. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a storm mage, so I can't say for certain what the proper play was there, but like if they hit exactly, oh, they can't even hit Manamorphose. It's not legal in their deck because they didn't change. They still haven't changed the hybrid rule. I guess that was the other announcement from this week, huh? Is that dual commander? Is that commander players are like split like fucking dead down the center on their opinions of the hybrid rule changing? I just think I just don't understand why anyone would be strongly against the rule change. Just, what's the hybrid rule change? Well, as it currently stands in EDH, you can't play hybrid cards if your commander's only one of the two colors, right? You can't play Lurrus and mono white, even though as hybrid as designed is that you can play Lurrus and mono white, and that's the intention behind hybrid. But because of how the color identity works, you cannot. So dual command, like commander formats, treat hybrid differently than every other format. What am I doing? Playing against a Sararak? Which changer's good? Authodice is horrible. Kibler has a video explaining what. Does Kibler even play Magic? I guess he has like that EDH channel now. So if they fixed it, you could play Lurrus Mono White. Yeah, I think it would be pretty cool. I think it would also affect like 5 cards. I think a lot of hybrid cards are kind of terrible. I got pwned 0-2. Oh, Hull Breacher on Clamp Cloud, rough. All right, we've evened it out. It's 1-1. Matchup's fine. What's happening here? Yeah, I mean, he gets to like play one Pro Tour a year forever, right? Because he's a Hall of Famer. But yeah, he is like a commander content creator now. Shining Shoal I could just bottom. Notably, a Sararak does kind of. I would actually bottom oust. Sometimes a Sararak can like deal a damage or something. I'm sure. I'm sure like one of the wraths, like or one of the black drain effects, like deals damage. But I think between I think mostly just Cathar. I'm keeping mostly off the back of Cathar Commando. Wait, fuck! I just had that entire conversation. There we go. We figured it out. Seems relevant when it comes to commander rules changes. Yeah, I just don't respect the opinions of casual commander players, which is maybe a little bit aggressive. My Cathar Commando, no. Wait, what? It's a thought seize, but only if you discard a card yourself, or if you don't take a black card. Seems kind of rough, but it did exile notably, so I can't even ghost vacuum my thing back. Tragic. What am I doing? Probably just getting Skull Clamp. You really want to play Cloud on turn 3, ideally, though, to protect the Skull Clamp from discard. The Skrelv is also really nice to protect the cloud from fucking dying, but I think I'm just gonna do this for mana efficiency. And better clock. You do love to see just raw dog Sararak on turn 3. Is there ever a world where I go for anything that isn't Skull Clan? Probably not. I just need to draw cards. Ooh. Urborg Coffers naturally on turn 4 is pretty rough. Oh yeah, that's kind of fine. Apparently Avatar set was the third best selling set of all time. Makes sense. How badly did Spider-Man do though? I mean, I guess technically I can just leave Cloud in the graveyard, right? In case I like top deck and unearth, and then I can always just put it back into the command zone with my Ghost Vacuum. Okay, yeah, you get my Shining Shoal. Do I want to just cast Cloud again? I kind of do. More than just like cast 2/2 drops. Although I could like just clamp Skrelv instead. Draw 2 cards is pretty nice. I think I'm supposed to leave Pride alive rather than try to clamp it. I feel like we're gonna kind of get taken to the cleaners by this Cabal Coffers. Or okay, if all they can do here is cast a Sararak, then I'm certainly more happy with my current situation. But we really do still need to find action spells. If I just if I cast Cloud and Clamp it, draw 4, I'm just so far behind as my opponent slowly sculpts. They just have like a bajillion mana. They don't have anything to do right now, which is good. What they put a card on top though, which is bad. I think I just need to like draw 4 with Cloud. I guess that means I want to actually exile Skrelv and then untap and exile Cloud in case I top deck exactly one of the reanimates. Skyplate doesn't do anything. I guess I should have drawn first. I might have drawn something more important to do, or the reanimate that I was just talking about. Kind of forgot that I was drawing a card. Okay, it's nothing. Surely we'll draw the Wasteland. I think it's just Feast and Famine. Cloud's dying, though. Feast of Famine's still really good for using my mana more as we're drawing a billion cards. Oh, I should have said no that time, fuck. Oh well, not punished, I guess. Discarding this laydown arms, I suppose. Can't imagine it's going to be very useful to me. My opponent has 8 billion mana. Please don't kill me. That's pretty bad for me, I will say. Does this just go get Sibsig? And they cast... Yeah. I mean, we have Feast and Famine, which can at least attack through a bunch of zombies, and then we can also unkill the Sibsig. You just realized my screen name is a Final Fantasy reference? Yes, that's why I was so excited when they printed Cloud and he was like really good in Duel Commander. I can finally live up to my namesake. We are probably super fucking dead here, though. They exiled. Oh, they got a Thoughtseize? They can take my Sword of Feast and Famine? Fuck. I guess that costs them 2 casts. At least, if they do that. And they can't hit the Mad Wizard's lair if they do that? Yeah. He can do both, can he? Doesn't it cost 2, and then they can only cast 1 more time, and then they scry 3, right? Well, I mean, this way it's scry 6, scry 5, draw 3, cast 1 for free, which is, you know, also very bad. But I think we still have a shot if this doesn't, like, hit something really bad for me. These cards are pretty bad for me. Oh. Could have gone worse. Alright. What is the play here? Play Feast and Famine, equip to Rebel token, play land, equip Skull Clamp to Rebel token, attack with the cat and the Rebel token. That's worse than just clamping the cat. I miss my card draw off of Glimmer Lens, but, like, I just get... I could sword on the cat. No, I just want to deal as much damage. I guess clamp on the Rebel token means that I have lethal in 2 turns, just off of dealing damage with the Rebel token. And I'm going to use all my mana this turn anyway, so this does draw an extra card because I can't clamp. That doesn't do anything important. They do know about my Aven Interrupter, but I think I'm just going to Skyclave the Sibsig and then... Update, I watched the Kibler Hybrid Mana video so you don't have to. His argument appears to be that's not how Commander works, and Kitchen fixes a green card. I mean, it is kind of what it boils down. A lot of people's arguments seem to be that, like, hybrid cards aren't designed to be either color, in which, like, 95% of them are, which just never makes any sense to me. Alright. I have no idea how the fuck this works against commanders. I assume they can just put it back in the command zone and just completely ignore it, right? I know that one of their 2 cards in hand is the guy. I also didn't think about we don't actually have lethal through gain 3 life draw card here. We might. Even Harper is 7. We get Stoneforge for boots or something. Urza's Incubator. I imagine I should probably even interrupt this. It's like a Wrath. Nope, it's just a Sararek, sure. At the end of the day, not my circus, not my monkeys. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't really care that much about it because I think it would very minimally affect the format that I care about. I think it would be kind of cool and ultimately pretty fruitless to experiment with like Loris as a companion in like Cloud and Felia and stuff. Oh shit. Oh wait, no, we have a Flicker Wisp. We're fine. Do we have enough mana? We have 7 mana. Flicker Wisp, Stoneforge, Boots, kill. That's even cheaper. It does feel like a lot of the anger about the commander rule or the hybrid rule changing is I hate change. I do agree with you. 4 mana. Yeah, the best I can do is just boots. Yeah, I should have cast my Sanctifier just to be clean about it, but the risk people that you put Urborg and Siege Queen in every deck. Who cares? Literally, who cares? Oh no, my opponent has put a land that doesn't cast any of the cards in their deck. It only pays close cost, and a 3 mana, a 6 mana. Well, I guess 3 if you have the combo, but it's also like not even Demonic Tutor because you can only tutor cards up to the number of lands that you have in play. A tutor, it's a card with CMC up to the number of lands you have in play. Just like literally, who cares? We have enough colorless cards that exist that like you can do things out of the color pie for exorbitant prices anyway. Like you can cast Preordain for 3 colorless mana if you want to. You can cast Murder for like 7 colorless mana or whatever. Yes, I do see that people's fear that like every busted staple like homogenizing auto include card, if it's hybrid it's suddenly like 2 auto include cards. If you print a Swords to Plowshares and it's hybrid white black, it's now an auto include in every black deck and every white deck. It's just kind of the acceleration of like of a power creep, but that's like ifs. We're speaking this is like hypotheticals. If they change the commander rule and then they print a really busted card that's hybrid, then I have to play it in my black commander decks and my white commander decks. I don't see it. What's happening? We're playing against a Sararek. His hand is... I mean, Urza Saga is like pretty good. It like clocks pretty well. Yeah, they're literally designed to be monocolored cards. It's just that if you print a really good hybrid card, like Luris, then it's like, oh, now I have to play it in all of my black decks and my white decks. And like for sure, I would put Lurrus in all my white decks if I could. That's fair. But I feel like that applies to like 3 cards that exist right now. Swords of Pleasure as a black and white was like a very extreme example. I was just trying to think of like a really, really good card that would just easily go in every deck. I don't really know what I'm mulliganing for in this matchup, though. We don't have a lot of like good targeted hate. Archon, Peacekeeper, Disenchants are nice, but it's also a black deck that likes to just shred my hand with Thoughtseize. So I kind of just want to keep this and go like Sash, like turn 2 Saga Sash, and just make constructs and get boots and just try to clock them. Like if they printed Unearth, but it's hybrid black white, then suddenly we have to play the super Unearth in all my white decks and black decks. But we already did that. We just printed a white Unearth. Sometimes I think hybrid design just saves them from printing the same card in 2 colors. We could have just printed hybrid black white Unearth. Ooh, that's a sick draw. I do think Cloud's just like not slow or impactful enough to do anything right now, and I just want to like play out more artifacts and like curve out with Saga here. Should every deck get to play Dismember? This is just a fully different question, right? Is Phyrexian mana? This is entirely different than hybrid. Ooh. Oh wait, that doesn't do anything now. The card is already in their hand. But by your argument, wasn't Dismember designed to be a colorless card? Oh, wait, oh, this doesn't actually do anything. I think if you want to compare one of the most broken mechanics ever printed to hybrid mana, then you're free to. My construct. Time for boots. There's not an argument for banning the cards. That's an argument for utilizing color identity in a way that says you don't have to like. We can change. It's not like we're slippery slope. Oh, if we let hybrid cards in, what's stopping us from letting Phyrexian in? Us, the people that manage the rules. We can just draw the line. If hybrid was an egregious mistake and letting everybody play the really broken stuff, then maybe we shouldn't change the rules. But that's not how it is. Oh, Jesus. This is suddenly scary. Oh, Jesus. Huh. That's a little bit bad for me now, isn't it? I. If there was a hybrid Phyrexian mana mental misstep, then both blue and black decks could play it. No. If we change the hybrid rule and not the Phyrexian mana rule, then wait. Yes. I don't know. Now I'm confused about how this would work. I think yes. I think you could play it. Yeah. But like, yeah, why are we printing hybrid Phyrexian mental misstep? That seems like a card's fault, not a design fault, or not a rule fault. How am I dealing the most amount of damage this turn possible? I can play Cloud, move Boots to Cloud, get Sash, and eat one permanent with Sash. That seems fine. This world where we could like blow up our S% with Raven Charm to gain one attacking power, but it's all depending on how many cards they end the turn with this bridge. Console. Maybe they'll just name the card that's in the top 6, huh? That'd be pretty nice. Sibsig? Come on. Exile your whole deck. Whole deck gone. Now they have 7 cards left. Can they kill me? Wait, can they actually win with 7 cards left in library? Maybe they can. I can blow up Sibsig, though. And they have 3 card. Wait, they have 3 cards left in hand. Wait, can I just kill them? Oh, wait. Cast this again. That doesn't do anything. Just scries 2. They might kill themselves before they can make enough, because they have to draw 3 and exile 2 at some point. No, they would go right, but I think I can lethal them here. No, they've all right. They have 3 zombies. We can get Cloud past 1 with Benevolent Bodyguard, but then we can only put them to 2, right? I could also kill a zombie. I think I'm supposed to just blow up Sibsig, and I don't think they can win. Just trying to figure out if there's any other line I can take. I think it's just like have a demi and see how much they can empty their hand. Have a demi. I think I'm gonna try to. I'm Thraben Charm, Benevolent Bodyguard, attack for 3, put them to 2, and then flash in a demi. Is my plan. Lion Sash for lethal? Oh, fuck. Okay, they gave up. Cool. You're right, right? Benevolent Bodyguard Pro. No. Pro Black. Equip Lion Sash. Wait, no, I'd have to de-equip Boots because he has 4 power. Wait, is this lethal? I'd have to de-equip Boots first and then attack. So I have to play Bodyguard, give Cloud Pro Black. I have 4 mana. I can equip No, I think I'm 1 mana off of that, right? Because I have to remove the boots in order to attack, because the Sash already has 1 counter on it. So Cloud will go to a 4 power creature. If Sash had 0 counters on it right now, I think it would work, right? Because equip for 2 and then pay 2 mana, give him +2, 5 damage. But no, they just exiled their whole deck. And they just died anyway. Sick. We take those. What was happening? We were just like talking about Phyrexian mana instead of hybrid mana. Yeah, that's like the other talking point people usually say is the slippery slope. What if we start letting them have Phyrexian mana? We could just not. It's easy. It's just that easy. Phyrexian mana is really broken. Hybrid's not. Problem solved. Isn't Commander like all about like people playing the card, whatever cards they want to? What's like when you just pro black the Sash above 3 Oh yeah, I don't know why I was fixated on Cloud. Yeah, you're probably right. You're definitely right. It was a 2 power creature. I had 5 mana. Yeah. You got it. I don't know why I was so fixated on the Cloud being able to attack. I think it was just because it was the most damage on board. That's where my mind was, but yeah. You are correct. Thraben Charm been pretty good today, though. Kind of happy with it in the deck. It's rare that the card is dead when it's a removal spell and a disenchant and a graveyard hate piece. It is a little overpriced and can be a little bit finicky as a removal spell, especially in a deck that doesn't like play a glut of 1-drops like it used to. Like it's better in like the old Doom Traveler versions, but Frame Charm's the 3rd most played instant in Modern. Wow. I mean, it makes sense, right? If energy is like just super played, then Thraben Charm is also going to be super played. Just very good card in that deck. It's certainly a better card if you're allowed to put 4 Ocelot Prides and 4 Guide Souls in your deck, 4 Ragavans, and play against a bunch of like Flages. Play a Johnny. Wait, if they change the hybrid rule, would I be allowed to play a Johnny in mono white? No, right? Because the backside is still red. That'd be a different rule. Yeah, okay, that's fair. The backside of the card is literally multicolor, so it's different. Wait, yeah, it's different, I think. Because yeah, it's got a color indicator. That's the distinction, right? Color indicator is not the same as hybrid. And it has a red color indicator on the backside. Yeah. I feel like I would have thought. I feel like I would have realized that, like when the hybrid rule was first being discussed. But for some reason, I just my brain just registered that. But like, I'd be all about fucking playing a Johnny and Felia and Cloud. But yeah, that one's probably good to not happen. I'm pretty fine with that. We don't need Tamio in every blue deck. We don't need a Johnny in every white deck. Poor Archangel Avacyn, forever a red white card that desperately wants to be mono white. It'd be like so fucking like obviously it's got Felius energy, but it'd also be kind of nuts in Cloud because you could clamp the token to flip it, and then you could also have a consistent tutor for the only way to put a red permanent into play, the only like feasible way, which is um the Glimmer Lens. You can play like Sand Scout or whatever too, but the fact that Cloud can tutor both a equipment to both flip it and like get the backside online, that'd be nasty. I'll settle for being able to play Luris in my main deck. I would mess around with like Cloud Luris companion lists for like a week before deciding that it probably was too big of a cost to not play Solitude, Witch Enchanter, Parallax Wave, Pre-War Formalware, and like Swords of X and Y in your deck. Like Skyclave is probably too big of a cost, but I would definitely fuck around with it. It'd be a lot of fun. I think it's an even bigger cost in Felia because like Overlord of the Mistmoors is the best card in that deck by a country mile. But it would definitely be just fun to mess around with it, and then they just go into the main decks of both of those decks. We're finally on the play. What's happening? What the hell is this? Whenever this creature enters or transforms, make a 1/1. At the beginning of your first main, you can pay green, flip it, taps for X green or Y, or X the number of other creatures you control. Okay. It's going to be really nice on 2 mana. Removal spells and 2 mana against what's probably just like a green-white pretty board-based deck. But unfortunately, not keeping a 1-lander on the play. Alright, I'm going to ship the Ghost Vacuum against this. This thing is mono-white on the front. Makes my Feast and Famine worse, but it is what it is. Probably just a GT matchup anyway, especially with the Mom start. Mom into Cloud into like Bodyguard, GTA, whatever. Classic laydown arms, 1 planes. If only they played a mana dork. There used to be a bug on Arena with an Alchemy Werewolf card where the backside had a red border, but it was technically colorless because they forgot the color indicator. It's kind of hilarious. Just slam Brigid here, and then I almost want to leave GJ in hand to protect it from like a Skyclave or a Witch Enchanter, or, you know, some number of shatters. But if we don't draw 4th land for turn, we just kind of have to ship it. Let's see what happens. Also, it's like really mana efficient. If we do draw the 4th land, I might still just play it. I guess I don't have to cast Bodyguard. I could just play Sword of Feast and Famine. I kind of want to just hold up Aven Interrupter here, huh? It'd be really good if we could Aven Interrupt and then rip the 4th land. They have 6 cards in hand. That's a lot. I could also just, like, lay down arms the token. Make sure this backside doesn't do as much. It's kind of bad, but also I'm not going to lay down arms a lot else this game. I think I just need to play the GTA. I think I'm going to lay down arms the token and play the GTA and say go. And then next turn we have Bodyguard plus Equip, and we can like pro-white the Cloud proactively and still have the second layer of protection up. How big is this on the other side? I didn't even check that. 3/2 on both sides. Cool. The cat that desperately wants to be let in. If she can figure out how to open the door. If I do get like Skyclaved or whatever here, Witch Enchanted, kind of in a rough spot. I guess I just like play Feast of Famine and try to do something there. I guess I just like run out Feast of Famine and have the same play next turn available to me, except worse. Because double Feast of Famine is worse than double GTA by a country mile. This did say other creature, right? It's not just a mana dork? Yeah. Okay. They can't just flip it for literally free. The cards break even if you untap with your token or like have any other creature to play, obviously, but stymieing their mana development early seems like it's pretty important for me. I'm just trying to get my GTA online. How did we pass priority to me, but then this trigger's still in the stack? What happened? The fuck is this? Oh, just a creepy ass Kithkin. Alright, that doesn't kill my GTA. It kills my GTA next turn, almost assuredly, but... This just gets Switch Enchanter, maybe? They don't even have mana to Skyclave. They're Forest, Wild Growth, and... Courier Ranger. I mean, I guess that is net mana if you have a plan. Maybe they have, like, Beseiju? Nice. Alright. Classic spell, concede. We will take those happily. This seems like a pretty solid matchup. Any matchup that's like fairly slow and also weak to Cloud GTA shenanigans, you're usually pretty happy to see. Just a very board-based deck. Yeah, I'll keep this. Got Giver into Cloud GTA. We also have potential for Enlightened Tutor for Parallax Wave. We have a removal spell here. I don't think I'm going to Solitude a turn 1 mana dork. Maybe I should think about that more, though. This deck definitely seems like the type that's going to have every playable mana dork. No mana dork. Cool. Decision postponed. Go, Giver of Runes. Give some runes. Cub, huh? Oh, that's fun. If this thing dies or gets exiled, it comes back as a Witch Enchanter. That's like really good against GTA. um, I suppose I could just Solitude it though, and then they have a Witch Enchanter that doesn't do anything, and they like I just Stone Rain them. That actually seems pretty good, huh? Well, if you insist, deck. I don't want to just Stone Rain them. Just Cloud for Clamp, I guess. We already have the GT. I kind of want to pitch the Enlightened Tutor over the Ranger Captain. Maybe that's insane. Probably insane. What am I doing turn 3 if I'm not clamping Cloud? Don't have a creature to get back with like formal wear. I could just upkeep E-Tutor for like a removal spell or something. I think I'm just gonna get Clamp in case my GTA gets killed at some point this game. I want action. Up. Do I just block? It's like very clearly a removal spell. If I do block, what happens? Man, should have formal wear, huh? What am I E-tutoring for if I don't block? Like nothing, really. Just get, like, Portable Hole or... Nothing exciting. I kind of want to just Parallax Wave. I guess Parallax Wave's not that good right now. I want to get it ahead first. If I block and then they have Plow for Cloud, then what? They only have 3 cards in hand. I think I just take this. I just don't really foresee a way that I'm losing this game. I'm going to play Clamp and put Clamp on... Oh, never mind. I'm going to do nothing and E-Tutor for Parallax Wave here, I think. And cast a Demi, obviously. I think if they concoct a plan to beat my Umezawa's Jite, then that's fine. We'll have Parallax Wave in our back pocket. They play Brigid. If I just GT up the Cloud and attack and I block with the 1/1 and just let it happen and then just kill the bird and the Brigid, it's probably still fine. We have an Ademi in play at that point too. Although, am I supposed to trade Ademi? Because I'm not activating Giver here because I want to protect the Cloud so I can guarantee to get the GT trigger. I guess I just don't really care about 2/2s if they attack. What's happening? Nope. Parallax Wave of their own. Okay. That certainly helps them. Does do anything? Can I E-tutor for anything that's relevant here? I don't think so, right? I think just my own Parallax Wave is one of the best ways to fight a Parallax Wave. We do have to be cognizant of their Parallax Wave being able to pick up their own Witch Enchanter. Something to be aware of. So yeah, I think I just let this resolve. I do kind of want to actually get their Witch Enchanter off the board, huh? For my own Parallax Wave reasons. Yeah, man, I think I just let this trade happen. Witch Enchanter down. It's one of the only things I care about here. The only thing that can stop a bad guy with a Parallax Wave is a good guy with a Parallax Wave. Are we just gonna like sit here staring at each other, or yeah? I don't actually know how I'm supposed to play this turn out. I can force an activation here if I just pro-white my Cloud right now. I could force one use of the Parallax Wave. Rather than just watching it dwindle down into nothingness. But I think I can also just cast my Parallax Wave and just kind of set up force activations next turn. I don't know if I'm supposed to eat their Mana Dork straight away or not. No, I am, because this Badger Mole Cub. Eventually we'll catch up on fading counters, even if I eat their two creatures, just because they're taking down first, and then also I can force activations with my equipment. Arbor Elf doesn't even work off Badger Mole, that is true. I still want to take it. But yes, that is very funny. I will not attack. I'd rather try to block or something, I guess. Formidable Speaker, alright. I wonder if I Parallax Wave my own Cloud in response to their Parallax. Is that insane? Probably. Probably thinking about it too hard. What do they get here, though? Their own Cloud, huh? Should they be dumping their wave counters to essentially flicker that guy? Probably not. They're using their Parallax Wave as a fog. They got their own Cloud, huh? Yeah, now I'm ahead in the Parallax Wave race. Am I ahead by enough that I'm fine? Probably. I'm wondering if there's a world where I'm supposed to eat my own cloud with the parallax wave, so that like on my own turn, cloud will come back on my turn, and I can grab boots, play boots, equip GT, attack into the mana dorks that are back. I think that's like too big brain. I think I need some parallax waves to stop their cloud, some counters of my own to stop the cloud. I think I just let this all happen. Yeah, it's not unreasonable. I think it's wrong, but I should have pro-whited before I attacked. I could have saved 2 mana and played a Voice of Victory. That was the misplay. I should have pro-white before I equip, and then that forces the activation before I spend the mana to equip the GT, and then I can spend the 2 mana on a Voice of Victory and have a creature here to threaten with the GT again next turn. That's where I fucked up. What does this cloud do, though? Does it just get, like, Skull Clamp? Does it get their own GT? Yeah, it just gets Skull Clamp. It's a lot of mana now. I can only stop the cloud from getting clamped because I'll have 1 GT counter left. Play clamp, equip clamp to cloud. We just have to parallax wave this. Just can't let them draw 4. Oh, the Fintorn Elves plus the Formidable Speaker plus the Badgermal Cub is actually a lot of mana, too. They can play the Brigand and clamp the token. Oh, clamp the Cub. Sure. They trying to lethal me? Wait, don't I just block here? Is blocking better than attacking for me? They're gonna get a bunch of shit back. I do take the Cub off the board, so I lose a bunch of mana. I get 2 G-Day counters. I have the ability to make a construct. I'll probably just make a construct sorcery speed and put the Saga token on it. We will also be at more life. We'll have 2 G-Day counters. We'll get back Cloud Giver. I think it's better for me to block here. I guess they draw 2 cards, but kind of hard to stop them from doing that. I'm going home. You better not be a 2-1 gamer when I get there. No pressure, though. Well, I'll do my best. Do they have a second equipment? Presumably, but at least we get to see it before it happens, if they do happen to have a GT or whatever. Formalware, maybe? Yeah. That was maybe the punt. Formalware back Badgermal Cub, yes. I don't even know how much I care about that. It's like kind of a significant mana investment. I guess... Huh. I kind of have to kill this Brigand, though, otherwise they just go crazy with their clamp, right? But then they get to clamp their cloud and draw 4 before I do. Huh. Seems like maybe we're damned if we do, damned if we don't. A little bit. They bring back Cub off of like these 3. Untap the elf. They have 2, 4, 6, 7. They get to draw a lot of cards. But then we also have like they also have to answer like several impactful cards on our end too. We get back Giver Cloud. I think we do have to kill the Brigand though, because this thing just makes 8 billion mana. It's either that or kill like the Cloud and the bird. Oh no, then the Formidable Speaker untaps the Brigand too. That's yeah, let's just get this Brigand off the board. Wait, no, this is fine, yeah. Thought about Formula for a second, but it also will still have Summoning Sickness. It's kind of whatever. We might die here. There's always game 3 if we do. I think the punt was the turn that I was supposed to use the Giver to. And if I had the Voice of Victory and play a turn earlier, I think that we can get GT counters and Skull Clamp activations relevantly before they assemble all of this. I was supposed to pro-white the Cloud before I equip the GT because it forces the Parallax Wave activation. And then I just spend that 2 mana playing the Voice of Victory a turn earlier, and then we're fine. The Voice of Victory gets to attack holding a GT and like get tokens that can potentially get clamped. But we're not dead yet. My opponent's just going to draw a lot of cards, but I've beaten that before. Feast and Famine, I guess. In the off chance we can actually try to connect through some stuff. Sit back and let my opponent draw a bunch of cards off Skull Clamp for a change. I don't know what this is getting, but I can't imagine it's good for me. I imagine most of the choices here are very bad. No idea what's in their grab bag of goodies, but it is probably going to fucking kill me. Even if it's just like Skyclave for my GT, I don't really have a lot of a plan. One day. I mean, I was looking at every creature in their deck, of which they probably have a lot. I think they're genuinely also trying to find what the best line here is when they have a lot of options. Combo kill card Seed Cradle with no Brigand on board this turn. Scryfall. Bright Glass Gearhulk. Oh, that's probably pretty bad for me, huh? Seed Cradle. Oh, do they also wait? Does this also get the fucking Umbra then? If 4 mana target creature gets +3/+3 until I turn untap it, doesn't Umbra also combo and like you can tutor with Cloud or something? Is that Umbral Mantle? Is that the one? Do they also do that? Clamp for 4? No, Tez. What is this tutor? I guess they have probably they have like portable and stuff probably. Haywire might, yeah, that makes sense. Might snipes my GT. I mean, honestly, that turn could have gone a lot worse for me, I feel. It's still pretty bad. But it definitely could have gone worse. I think I would have been in more dire straits. Like, my opponent didn't even cast the card they tutored for. New era again? Oh, I never changed the stream title today, did I? Whoops. That's the one thing I forgot. More cloud. I mean, I can discard the Bright Glass Geralt and the other thing. We're just gonna fucking die to the Skull Clamp, though. Does drawing 4 cards ever win? Probably not. Let's float mana to start, because I'm definitely not making a construct this turn. Masterwork of Ingenuity. I could get 2 Skull Clamps. I could draw 8 cards if I got a Masterwork on a Skull Clamp and then put the Feast and... Wait, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I don't have enough mana to double equip Cloud. Shit. I think it's genuinely, I think it's just Mind Twist them with Cloud, Pro White, Feast and Famine hit them, Mind Twist, untap my lands, make a Ardenvale token with the extra mana, and then Clamp Cloud and hope to draw an answer for their Skull Clamp. I think that's my plan. What does that have to do with any of this then? I guess it's Springleaf Drum for an extra bit of mana, but I'm also just gonna like die to the board, so I'm probably just fucked either way. I guess I could copy the clamp and then put the other clamp on Cloud and then unequip and draw 8. I still don't think that's gonna work. I can't even get the Tez off the board, huh? I guess I could just attack the construct with the Tez. This doesn't do anything, though. I have no cards in hand. This thing's just gonna zero it on... Oh, it does untap a creature, actually. Deal. Absolute deal. So we want to equip second clamp to Cloud. and then move sword to token, and then draw 8 cards. And then miss on an answer to Skull Clamp. I think we're dead, gang. Oh, my Solitude's already gone too? I can't even Solitude the Cloud? God, we're so fucking dead. Did I just hold up Interrupter? I mean, I think we're just gonna die. I don't know why I'm, like, faffing about pretending like I have a chance this game. I'm just gonna even Interrupter like the first scary thing that they cast. Do we have Cataclysm? We do not. The Snowguard Forest is colorless, so we can't get a sword trigger next turn either. If you had to play one, would it be Geddon or Cataclysm in this meta? Good question. I keep saying Lumra, a matchup that scares me, a matchup where Geddon would be a lot better. I do also see a fair number of like Felia and Cloud players that just have one Cataclysm, no Geddons. Cataclysm being more playable against like creature stuff like this. But I've never really been a Cataclysm. Like I played Cataclysm like the early iterations, but Cloud usually like has stuff on board or has some multiple equipments in a way that can make it awkward sometimes. Whereas like at least Geddon you can just always cast if you're ahead, and it just makes you more ahead. 3 mana. 4 mana? Oh man. Cast a Green Sun Zenith, please. Yes, cast a 6 mana spell, opponent. Yes, 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 yes. 7 mana spell, even better. Hit me. Hit me with a Green Sun Zenith for 6. I don't even know what it would get, but then it gets interrupted and then gets a Dryad Arbor the next turn, which would be amazing for me. Also, the Snow Covered Forest would be tapped, which would also be incredible. Big Expel. Walking Ballista, I don't know, just... Nature's Rhythm? Yes! Yes! Wait, how does this work? No, wait. Does this work the way I want it to? It does, right? It can't be paid for X equals more than 0? But it does go to the graveyard, and then they can flash it back. I guess I can have 6 now. This is 4 mana. No, it's 2 mana because it's plotted. Get your Dryad Arbor, and then you can Harmonize. How did we get a turn? What happened? What the hell happened? All right, hang on, hang on. We actually have a game somehow. We have a game somehow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. We can Boots Felia. Boots Felia dies to Formidable Speaker. It also, like, doesn't really get us a lot of value here anyway. There's not a lot of good things to flicker. We do get an untap here because they have no colorless blocker. God. I need to Skyclave the Skull Clamp for sure. I'm gonna send the Aven Interrupter at the Tezzeret and the human token at their face. Oh wait, the Giver of Words. The Giver of Words can protect my Felia if I want it to. Pro green the Felia. I could Recruiter plus Felia Boots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is there anything with Flash that's relevant? No, not at all. Cool. Oh no, wait, this one has to get Skyclave anyway. We did it! I don't know how, but we won! Oh, Jesus. I don't know how we managed that. Really feels like that was a game that was our game to lose. I guess that was more our opponent's game to win. I feel like they should have maybe just activated Skull Clamp more or something. I don't know. We take those. Oh, Aven Interrupter, I'll never doubt you again. Snipe it. I don't even know what this is gonna get, but I can't imagine it was any good for me. Alright. They must have drawn 5 lands with Clam Blaster, and they could have just clamped more! I don't think they needed to cast Nature's Rhythm for 6 that turn, right? They could have just drawn 10 cards. They also, like, blocked with their Badgermole Cub on my 5-3 to save their Tezzeret, instead of untapping with Badgermole Cub and, like, doubling their mana. I think that was the real play that threw the game in the garbage can for them. Their Tezzeret just, like, untaps a creature for 1 mana. Their Badgermole makes, like, 9 billion mana. But what could a white deck do against Nature's Rhythm? Man, I've been thinking about Containment Priest. It was obviously great in Felia, but it just didn't do enough in Cloud. If there's enough like Reanimator and like Green Sun Zenith stuff, then maybe you can play the Containment Priest. Oh god, what the fuck is happening here? Flashback to like 2014. I mean, I guess I just need to kill them, right? I imagine this is just like a counterspell combo deck of some kind. Sounds pretty good against them, though. Got a lot of good tools here. Unexpectedly Absent being like an answer to a Planeswalker is very nice. On the play, I think we just jam Cloud every time. So obviously they have like the mixture of 1-mana spells that can fuck me or whatever, but I don't think I'm supposed to hold up Felia. It's a Chainveil deck? Yeah, the last I saw, which was, you know, a decade ago. Do I want to jam Archon into another counter spell? Philly doesn't do anything is part of my issue here. I almost want to play Burned and Forge Tender and attack for 2. It might just be play Burned and Forge Tender and don't attack for 2, and then play Philia. That's probably it. Forge Tender looks good here. 1 mana, 1/1. Get him. I genuinely kind of want to just go beat down here. They just always will have a counter spell. Fortunate. That's what I'm saying. I kind of just want to get him. I kind of just want to hit him. And then next turn we just pass with like the Felly up or something into another counter spell turn. And then this Fortuner's done like 4 damage. Oh. Well. I guess that's fine. Why'd they take the damage? Oh, so I couldn't recast the Burnton, sure. And now we can do it and cast the Felia on end step. Forge Tender Beatdown. This thing ate a bounce spell. And it's back. Counter it. Can someone explain to me what the old... I genuinely, like... my brain can't process what the combo is. Like, Chain Veil plus, like, a mana producing... enough, like, mana stuff? Yeah, sure. Four cards in hand? I think it's Archon time. Boots up. Get him. That's fucked up. I guess that's less fucked up, huh? I actually can't cast any more spells. What the fuck was that? It's control magic. If you have no creatures. I mean, I could always unexpectedly absent this back to me. Oh, this is my boots, right? It just visually isn't my boots. I think I kind of want to just sort of feast and famine him, though. It untaps and I don't get to do anything. I could unexpectedly absent the Archon, but I don't even think I really want to do that. But I think this is one of my best win. No, the Archon. Fuck. Absolutely owned. Abso-fucking-lutely owned. I think I still just play the Feast of Famine and equip the boots now. I can't believe this. I can't believe this would happen to me. Yeah, if we could bring back Felia, we can flicker the Archon. That would be nice. It's kind of... I guess we'd have to, like, Cloud and Formal Wear, and then attack with Felia. It's kind of a lot of turns, but... Getting cooked by my own white hate bear. Yeah, we can't have our sort of Feast and Famine flex. So brutal. Black History Month approve what? Teferi cooking me? Are we just playing Teferi? I'm kind of fine with that. We got our unexpectedly absent here. Oh, what's this? What's happening to me? I'm scared. Logic not? Sure. But now we can unexpectedly absent the Teferi as soon as they cast a spell, right? Because the Archon. The fuck is happening to me? Mana short. Oh, well, in that case, I will just unexpectedly absent your Teferi, I guess. I will leave. Leaving any mana up doesn't matter, but I'll play around like, fucking Days or Mana Tithe or whatever. Did you know they could play other cards alongside Blue and have actual playables in their deck? I mean, I have not seen a Teferi Temporal Archmage at the command zone for a long ass time, I'll tell you that much. So one of the cards in their hand is Logic Knot. I'm just gonna jam the GT into it or something. Maybe I even just jam the Skrelv into it. GT is something worth countering. I don't know if the Skrelv is. And then if the GT doesn't get countered, then it's very good for me. Because then I just equip and get counters. I think this forces the Logic Knot. Opponent getting cooked in a game where a Flame Slash and a Lightning Bolt and like 2 other random spells would have won. Flame Slash and Lightning Bolt against my pro-red card? I wish they had Flame Slash and Lightning Bolt in their hand. They're getting cooked by this bird and Forge Tender. It's dealt so much damage. yeah, I do understand your point of if they had, removal spells rather than counter spells and like a bounce spell that they had to cast on a 1 mana 1/1 and all that. What is this? What is this 6 mana spell? I'm very scared. Opponent, please don't hurt me. Maybe if they had a Dismember, true. Maybe if they had a Night Veil Spectre they could cast here. I'm trying to think. I couldn't think of any hybrid blue cards. Time Warp? Most of the Time Warps are banned. Oh, fucking hell, what is this? This is just a 4/4, right? Created a copy of target permanent except it's a 4/4 dragon with flying. This is literally just make a 4/4 with artifact creature, I guess. I guess that does stop my sword from hitting them. Wait, hold. I think I could Shining Shoal this sword. It's damage and not lethal them. Do I still think Cloud is objectively the best mono white deck? Yes, definitely. I think I just attack all. Opponent on? Yeah, that technically has text. Oh god. Wait, hang on. Oh, combat damage to a player. This is not. Wait. Hold. Hold. Please hold. Any rules knowers understand the interaction between Shining Shoal? No, it says equipped creature. It's not itself. Never mind. We're all good. I was about to start asking about if I redirected this thing's own damage to their face, would it trigger? Which the answer is no, because it's a Sword of Feast of Famine, not a creature equipped with Sword of Feast of Famine. But if it was a creature equipped with Sword of Feast of Famine, I think it would trigger, right? Deals combat damage to a player. I don't know if the redirection of damage is still in itself combat damage or it becomes a different damage, but genuinely no idea. No one knows what Shining Shoal does. That is accurate. Face. Creatures can't be equipped. Oh yeah, creatures can't be equipped with. Yeah, but if it was just like a regular sort of Feast of Famine on like a regular creature, I mean, if Burned and Forge Tender were staring down an opposing Burned and Forge Tender holding a different sort of Feast and Famine, and I cast Shining Shoal on their Burned and Forge Tender and targeted their face, would sort of Feast and Famine trigger? Equip sort of Feast of Famine to itself. I respect the hustle opponent. Not how that works. Creatures that are equipment cannot be themselves equipped. What a game. That Burned and Fortune was so good. It dealt so much goddamn damage. That was sick. I guess maybe I was supposed to kill... Was I supposed to kill their sword with the Shining Shoal? I don't actually know. Rather than deal them 4. Dealing them 4 was pretty good. Because then I untap and I have 3 lethal creatures because I can cast the Cloud again and put the boots on it. Brenton, best card against mono blue, confirmed by Fex and Science. Alright, this hand's pretty cracked. Got a lot of good cards here. Urza Saga seems pretty powerful against my opponent. I'm sure they have some number of, like, whack upheaval effects, but... Odd timing on that brainstorm, but sure. I kind of want to just go to the like Saga beat downtown again, like I did against Acererak. Just like play Sigarda's 8 out next turn. I even get the free boots equip on turn 4. I mean, probably won't matter, but it is literally free. Got to play around evacuation from the turn 1 basic island brainstorm. Gonna get devastation tided. Go Sigarda's Aid. This might even bait a counterspell. I guess it didn't, but it could have. Depending on how these next 3 turns progress, we might even end up getting Skull Clamp instead of Boots. We'll see. Well, it's like moderately annoying, I guess. If you lose, I'm showing up to your house and teaching your cat racial slurs. A sentence that has never been before said to me, certainly. Dog is spiritually African American. I can respect that, honestly. I think I just Skyclave this while their shields are down, because this card seems really fucking annoying to deal with, and I just, like, sacrifice a construct token in the process. Gimme. Give me that delicious propaganda. What is this set? This is Final Fantasy propaganda. Subtlety. Well, it is what it is. Put this on top. Oh no! Wait, no, it doesn't get shuffled away. It's not how sagas work. Can't attack. Merchant Scroll. Sure. For just like a counter spell. The most fair Merchant Scroll ever cast. Saga maybe just getting mana. It's literally Merchant Scroll for counter spell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana if we grab the drum. A little awkward we can't, like, even interrupt or counter, or like 1 mana off of it, and because the Saga blows up, will be 1 mana off of it next turn as well. I kind of just want to get drum, make a guy and get drum. Maybe I don't want to make a guy. Maybe I just want to cast a spell and get drum. If I cast a spell and get drum, then I just get countered and I can't attack. But I'm only attacking for 1. I could just draw 2 on this bodyguard. Making a guy is only... It's 3 damage. I could make a guy get boots. No, then I don't have enough mana to attack through the propaganda. One damage. Get Colossus Hammer? That'd be a good one. That sure would be a good one to get here. I just really don't feel like casting anything into the counterspell turn. Have I cast my Cloud this game? I don't think so, right? Yeah, because I had a bunch of Saga turns. My Construct! Tragic. That's fine. But actually, was that fine? I should have even interrupted that, I think. It was just like the most free turn to do that. They're just so inclined to just let that resolve and then cast Skyclave instead. But if they just have like second counterspell, yeah. Whoopsie. I should have definitely gotten my even interrupter counterspelled there. No, fuck! Oh, they didn't activate. They can't activate it. Jesus. Almost severely punished for not F6ing as well. Or for F6ing there. Jesus Christ. Fumbling left and right here. This Shackles is like moderately annoying. They have one card left in hand. I could spend my whole turn blowing it up and playing an Archon of Emeria, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Yeah. I think I just need to nuke the Shackles. I can beat the Propaganda eventually. Oop. I want to have access to Aven Interrupter on the Teferi turn. It means another turn of just saying go. This also lets me hold up sort of Fire and Ice at instant speed. I just don't even think I want to cast it, though. I start attacking for like 4. At some point, I'm supposed to cast the sword. I don't know when it is, though. Wasn't the sword cast free? Well, I mean, they didn't cast a spell that turn. It is. I can cast it into a potential counter spell, but they hadn't played a spell that turn, so. Depends on what you mean by free. Wan Shi Tong for 3? Do I even care? I could just use this opportunity to resolve my Sword of Fire and Ice. And hit them for, like, 8. They do kill my Archon, but, like, how much do I care about that? I could also keep the Archon in play, even, with the Benevolent Bodyguard. I kind of just wanted to do that, yeah. Draw 2 cards? 1 card? 1 card. I'm just gonna hit their face. I can always lay down arms with Wan Shi Tong if I want to. I just want to put them dead. Very upheaval. Well, I guess. I think I win this upheaval fight. Sure. Discard this and this. And I might actually want to keep the laydown arms because we know about a Wanshi Tong. Discard some number of these lands, huh? Classic, I've already lost, but it's going to take 10 more minutes to win upheaval. We have Cloud as our 2-drop. So we can probably discard the Glimmer Lens. And how many cards do I have left here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Jesus. I have to discard 2 more cards? I looked at my phone, they upheaval. One, they upheavaled at 3 life and then mental misstep to me. Discard the Archon and another land. That's not 7? Fuck. I don't want the laydown arms. They're at 1 life. It'll be fine. Keeping 3 lands every creature. Yeah, I don't think it matters that much. But yes. I think almost all the roads lead to Rome. I should have maybe kept the 2-drop so that Boots is lethal. I guess it's not lethal. They can hold up Wanshi Tong here and then die to Swords to Plowshares, right? We did it! We won the game and the match. All right. The upheaval just making the game take, 3 turns longer, but we got there. 4080. Playing for all the marbles. Huh. That deck felt a lot less scary than when I play against Elminster in terms of like blue infinite counterspell control decks. The fact that you can actually keep things on board is really nice. Any opinions on Canlander versus Dual Commander? My opinion is I can't play Canlander on MTGO. Otherwise, I probably would. It seems fun. Well, I mean, then we can get into the semantics of yes, you can play Canlander, you can join a Canlander Discord and fire up matches, but I don't enjoy not playing for like real stakes. Even if it's just like a league, just not the same convenience of access. Canlander does have Thassa's Oracle legal, which makes me like it less, but it also has like 8 billion points, which is understandable because that card's broken as fuck. But I hate that I would play against it more than 0 times, where here I am safe. I'm safe from getting Thassa's Oracle. I do hope that they can implement like the Canlander points system on MTGO. I assume that like that's somewhere in the works with the unveiling of their contraption format, right? Where they got pre-modern on there. And they're gonna start like slowly piecemealing out like different formats for people to like try out and enjoy, and then the ones that are like really big will probably stick around, like pre-modern was. And at some point, once they figure out how to code in the point system or whatever, I assume Canlander will probably be one of those contraption formats. And I'll definitely try it. I do live here in Seattle now, so supposedly our proximity to Canada makes the more likely to be Canlander players. Am I still happy with the latest changes? Would I change the Raven Charm slash Shining Shoal for something different? No, I really like Shining Shoal in a in a world where like 2099 is as big as it is. I've been really impressed by Shining Shoal in that matchup, and it's obviously like pretty blank in a fair number of other matchups, but I think it's kind of worth the cost. And in a format as creature dense as Dual Commander, even in matchups like Tassiger or like even Teferi, we saw there, sometimes you can cast it. And Thraben Charm's been showing up. It's been really good today. I guess it was really good today in like the one matchup we drew it. Did we draw it? Yeah, we drew it a second time versus a Sararak too. It's a little expensive, but it does a lot of good things. I like more instant speed removal spells versus 2099. Even though it's one that's like kind of hard to hit at 2099 with. You need two creatures, and you need to be sure that the opponent can't remove one of them. So it's like a little bit volatile, and you obviously don't want to like cast it into a bunch of open mana trying to snipe it unless that's your only out. You wonder about the Duke? I like the Duke. Just like it's just like kind of another protection card. I like it more than the dog because Hexproof's a lot better than Indestructible. Obviously, the tapping means the summoning sick is not that great, but I find it's very similar to just Giver of Runes. Obviously, sometimes you can activate Giver of Runes proactively, but oftentimes the Duke just is a card that demands a removal spell pointed at it before it points at Cloud, which is just kind of like a Benevolent Bodyguard, Giver of Runes type effect. It's certainly the worst of the one mana protector cards, but I've liked it. I do like that it also, unlike a bodyguard, sticks around after you use it. So if you do actually use it for some reason, because usually they just target the Duke rather than targeting the creature and then letting the Duke just activate and counter. But for if sometimes you would want to give your card hexproof proactively or give the 1/1 counter proactively or something, and then the body sticks around to be either clamped or um, like pick up a sword, which is nice. Feel free to keep asking questions in chat. I'm gonna run to the bathroom though while this elite final match of the league is being paired. Hopefully, it doesn't pair me as soon as I walk away because that would be unfortunate. Dang. We got paired. Okay, it's only been 2 minutes. Everything's fine. Paired the moment we left. Of course. Well, if we time out by 2 minutes... Oh, God. The Zusa final boss is tough. This deck is not configured in a way where your Azusa matchup is very good. Well, at least we're not going to time out. Maybe it's time to add hand back into the deck, huh? It wasn't just hand that made this matchup good, though. It was like playing 2 Geddons plus hand, so you had like the Hand of Vecna pressure playing A, and then you also had like the Doom Travelers in combination with Clamp, so you had like infinite Clamp fodder to dig for your Geddons playing B. I think this is still a keep. Gingerbread cabin moment. Average gingerbread cabin use case. I should actually scoot up. My seat's actually so far away from my desk. I'm like hunched over trying to reach my fucking keyboard. Yes, draw me my card so I can hit my land drops. Thank you, opponent. Talon Gates is kind of obnoxious, honestly. All these cards are actually kind of devastating. This is a bad matchup. The way that the deck is configured, yeah, right now, definitely. Ambruise, I believe, said the matchup is like unwinnable or something. If you want to make this matchup good, you have to commit like 4 cards different at least, maybe just 3. Maybe you can just play like 2 Geddons plus Hand of Vecna to make the matchup better, but it's tough. What did they take? They took Talon Gates. It was much better with the old configuration with like the Doomed Travelers plus 2 Geddons plus Hand of Vecna. And maybe just like some of those is enough to swing the matchup good. 5 cards in hand, huh? Don't even really want to Skyclave the Exploration. Do we just play sort of Feast and Famine and say go and see what happens? I think we kind of do. There's a world that we can like plow the Eldrazi. Depending on how they spend their turn, we can like plow the Eldrazi spawn and equip the sword onto the cloud or something like that. I don't really think any of my options are much better than that. There's also a world where they can like hold up, put in Talon Gates at instant speed, which is, also bad, but there's only so much you can beat, But, like, if we just had like Hand Effect there instead, we just got to attack for like 12 there. So much better. Sure. I think I connect here. I don't know if it's good enough, but I do think I connect. Ooh, I can even save the plow? I can phase out the Eldrazi spawn? They only have 2 mana here, which means they could also have Boseiju as one of their 4 mystery cards, in which case I just cry a lot, but... I think we just Talon Gates, phase out the Eldrazi spawn, and equip Sword of Feast and Famine, and maybe just cast Stoneforge Mystic or something. Nothing to do with our untapped mana at instant speed, but it is what it is. We could plow the Azusa if we really want to, but I don't even know if I want to do that. I'm gonna grab Fire and Ice in case my Sword of Feast of Famine gets Besejued and then they have no action, but we need the ability for our Cloud of Pressure. If I grab Masterwork and then my opponent does have Beseju for the Feast of Famine, then we just cry a lot or just dead. Actually, maybe we're supposed to get Sash to try to turn off the Crucible from going too crazy. Maybe that's actually the play. I think we're already crying. Well, it depends on if they can blow up my Sword of Feast of Famine here. Yep. Unfortunate. Kind of just had to play like they didn't have it. Am I supposed to plow the Azusa? I don't even know. Yeah, they just don't even want to trade. I guess we plow the Azusa now, huh? Just cast your fucking Primeval Titan or whatever. It's even worth ousting the Azusa. What's my mana situation look like? I have to eat this Riveteer's Overlook so they stop gaining life. um, then I have I have 2 mana left over after I sash eat. So I could oust and then leave up one more activation. Or I could play the Duke. I don't even think I want to oust. I mean, realistically, I'm just gonna get like Cool to Ulamog or whatever, and we're gonna die. They still also have the Talon Gates, huh? Yeah, I think they were gonna Talon Gates the Lion Sash or something, but then they couldn't without exposing the Echoing Deeps. So now they do it, yeah. Maybe their hand is just all lands. They don't have any payoffs. Maybe it's just all lands and no payoffs. Get Ivugan. Cry. Ivugan Yamamaya, sure. If we draw Dust Bowl or Tech Edge, we can blow up the eye and eat it. This matchup sucks balls. It's definitely not very good when you have none of the good cards in your deck for the matchup. Feast and Famine keeps like being just good enough that like I kind of don't want to kill it with like I don't want to just replace it straight up with Hand of Vecna, but I kind of hate Feast and Famine. It's like so much worse than Hand in like this matchup and like Lumra specifically. An invisible oblivious zone that can't even fit on the screen. My opponent has so many permanents. Yeah, I'm good. I've had enough. Yeah, that Beseiju was pretty much the game, huh? Kind of just had to hope that they didn't have it. It's mostly the game plan. See, it sucks balls. Alright, this hand's got some sauce. Did we have the scroll bar, side scroll bar, but wait, what? Side scroll bar board? What? This hand's very good, though. There's a lot of good cards here, actually. Wow. I think I bought him the bodyguard, honestly. Dahlia seems great. Cathar seems great. Ghost Vacuum seems decent. Better than Bodyguard, maybe? Unclear to me. Helping Hand seems good specifically with Cathar Commando in our hand already. Oh, enough permanents that we had to click to scroll left and right. Yeah. Think I'm playing Cathar Commanders because it attacks for more. Especially because we're not guaranteed to hit land 3. It's just gonna hit harder. And we're like so far away from equipping anything. I guess there's maybe a world where we needed to cloud for clamp just to hit more land drops. Wow, they all hit one land off that mulch. That's super great for me. And we drew a land. Life's so good. Basic for their Azusa? That's cheating. What's the play here? Hit for 6, cloud for something? Is it hit? I don't think it's a clamp angle. I think I'm genuinely just trying to race my opponent down. My worry with I could unexpectedly absent this in their draw step, maybe. Because if I just unexpectedly absent it now, then they might even just pick it back up, draw it on it. But I guess I could hit it and draw step, and then they only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. They can't eye. They have non-basics. They can't eye anyway. That's true. But if I guess they would need They would need 2 basics to eye, right? And we know one of their cards is Pit of Offerings. I could clamp draw 4. We have Helping Hand for Cloud, although then they could exile my Cloud with their Pit of Offerings. Problem is none of this is pressure. I could play Glimmer Lens, and I have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's really close to lethal. Just getting Glimmer Lens, but then we don't hit the Azusa. We could grab Fire and Ice and just pray. I kind of don't hate the grab Fire and Ice and pray plan. It's possible I don't even unexpectedly absent this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It has to be Fire and Ice. Feast and Famine doesn't kill here either. Now the question is if I'm supposed to unexpectedly absent this Azusa and draw step, or just leave it and play and then hit end step. Because even if I do a draw step, they could play it again as a blocker for 5 mana. Maybe I just let them untap with it. With Thalia and play it's less dangerous. And then I can tag it end step and then try to rip land for lethal. Or tag something that's scarier. Urborg, sure. Oh, it's tapped if they replay it. Yeah, you're right. I'm dumb. Doesn't matter. I didn't think about that. I should hit it before they play their 3rd land, right? I'm gonna end it all, man. I'm gonna end it all. Who comes back here? How do I win this? Thalia plus Fire and Ice? Cloud plus Fire and Ice? Then they can play Azusa as a blocker, though. Cloud comes back, I can boots it up. I think it's gotta be leave Cloud in the graveyard. Oh yeah, can't comes back tapped. Boots doesn't do anything. That's good. Did that get me anything? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A 2-drop? Or an equip, right? I could pro green my Cloud. I could 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's Helping Hand, back Cloud, get Sword of Feast of Famine, play Sword of Feast of Famine. That's 2, 4, 6. That's still only 10? Come on. That's only 10 damage. Are you for real? It's gotta be my best play, right? It gives me options. You with 2 swords? Yeah. Because I can play and equip Feast and Famine, and the next turn on tap, play Fire and Ice and equip. And it's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I could Formal Wear? Back. Thalia Heretic Athar? Wait. Does that do it? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's exactly 11, right? And that keeps the Azusa tapped? Formal Wear back Heretic Athar? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, that's actually 13, but yeah. And it prevents some shenanigans, like a bunch of like land drop something Eye of Vugan for Mycospawn. No Rumble comes in, creature comes in tapped. Petrified Field doesn't matter. They get Forest. They play Forest. They just need Glacial Chasm. Just don't say that. Do they play that? Of course they play that. They played Forest for turn already. I don't think I care about any of these cards. I is this like bait for something? I think I just leave up Ghost Vacuum because this turn is make or break exactly right now. They can pay for 5 mana Azusa and play the Forest, but the Azusa comes in tapped. Oh, we got a game. Now we just have to win on the draw. Jesus. All right. We just need like the Stone Cold Perfects, and then also they need to like Moldify. All that for a drop of blood, exactly. What is the Stone Cold Perfects even? Like, I guess the Stone Cold Perfects is just 3 lands plus Sigardazade is probably some of the best hands that we can start with. Because you just go Sigardazade into Cloud for Feast and Famine into like equip attack. Let's get this trophy, gang. Let's get this trophy. It's actually really funny the way that that turn ended up. If I had draw stepped the unexpectedly absent, then they cast All Is Dust before the pit offering, right? They just go All Is Dust pit offering, exile your creatures, and then my Thalia is actually gone. But because I let them have the Azusa, they played the pit offering first. I guess no, because they would have an Azusa in play still, so they still want to hit all their land drops before they cast All Is Dust. So maybe not. But it's kind of funny to think about that we maybe accidentally goaded them into getting got by our like pre-reformal or back Thalia. This is not the thing that I asked for. Is this good enough? Giver is okay because pro colorless can matter. Obviously, it's not very good because you can't be holding an equipment. But it does let you punch your stuff through, like Maze of it sometimes. They've mulliganed to 6. We have a clamp curve where we clamp cloud and we can extract specials back to cloud and stuff. Swift reconfig's pretty terrible. I feel like this is a mulligan. I think we need more aggressive cards than this. I feel like just going Giver into Cloud into, like, Clamp It or whatever is just not going to win against Azusa. Alright, this hand is better. I'm going to bottom the Masterwork, I think. Laydown Arms is not that good, but sometimes you can tag... They have, like, Elvish Reclaimer, and sometimes there's a token to tag. I think Masterwork is also not likely to be that good. Double down on Masterwork. I mean, we could just, like, go for double sort of Feast and Famine, kill you plan. But I don't think I want to. The Raven Charm is good. Now I need to pray that they cast something that I could lay down arms for mana efficiency's sake. Would love to like cast Cloud and utilize this Raven Charm. Just play like Elvish Reclaimer here. Green Sun for Reclaimer. Honestly, I'll probably tag a fucking Rumble token. I guess maybe not if they keep this Remnant Excavator. They did. Okay, maybe I should keep my Snow-Covered Plains that can't fucking kill a Remnant Excavator. Alright, let's take a deep breath and figure out what the line is here. On a mulligan, sometimes you gotta high roll them. I kind of want to tag this Eldrazi spawn token. It prevents, like, Azusa. Well, it prevents Ramanap playland from graveyard. If they want to play Ramanap this turn, they don't have the lands. We have one creature in play. I want to get creatures to play for Springleaf from, so I think I do tag this Eldrazi spot. We're not guaranteed to be able to tag these with the laydown arms anyway. And I really want to be mana efficient and get my Cloud in play as soon as possible. What do I get here is the next question. I think it's just Feast and Famine. We're not super good at punching through their stuff here. So our things are going to get brick-walled. We do have an Aven Interrupter that flies. Maybe Fire and Ice is going to end up being better. Feast and Famine is nicer if we don't end up using a... Like, we have a bunch of instants in our hand that can utilize Feast and Famine. Sash against Ramanap. Maybe it's just Sash. I don't like how slow that plan is. We also have Thraben Charm to stop Ramanap potentially, but maybe it's good enough. Next turn we play Sash. We have 2 mana left, and that's not enough to like answer a thing and start eating with Ramanap or eating for Ramanap. I think my best answer to Ramanap is killing it with Thraben Charm or something instead. After also like hitting the Azusa. It's really tough though. I just feel like I'm missing a clock if I don't grab a sword here. Play Azusa, play 2 lands. Yeah, I'm not confident in that choice. This is a tough game to navigate, certainly. I think Lion Sash is going to be really hard to efficiently turn off a Ramanap is part of my issue with it. But I guess if they're just going to fetch all their lands in the yard, then maybe this Thraben Charm shows up. Oh, there's the third plains. Am I playing Saga? I don't think so, unless I really want the 1-drop off of it, which maybe I do. We can take our time. This is game 3. We have 10 minutes. So we can take deep breaths, try to win this game as best as we can. Is this just a holding up Aven Interrupter feels kind of bad, but they have to cast a spell this turn. But then if I get sort of Fire and Ice online the following turn, then it shoots the Azusa, but then they can cast the Ramanap for 2 mana. The Azusa stays in play. Hey, Hooch Bazooka. Thanks for the good luck. Is it just unexpectedly absent the Azusa in draw step? And then exile their yard in response to the Ramanap? Then what? Then I can't Sword Equip onto Cloud. Getting the Aven Interrupter into play seems really important because it unlocks more of my mana. I almost wish I got... I think I do wish I got Feast and Famine now. Because then I could untap my lands and hold up all my instants if I even interrupt this turn. Because then if I even interrupt this turn, it's like a window to resolve and equip a sword, potentially. Echoing Deeps doesn't do anything that scary, I don't think. Its fetch lands are Urborg. No matter what choice you make, it's always the wrong one, then that's definitely true. Fair and valid, certainly. Dranith. Do they only play Echoing Deeps? Do they just have spells in hand? Yeah, draw a card. Play Echoing Deeps, say go. Hey, Arain, thanks for the raid. Much appreciated. Hope your stream went well. Is this... There's no way this is lethal, right? If they have nothing. Well, they also almost certainly have something. Alright. They've played no lands. I can exile their entire graveyard in response to this? That seems like a pretty reasonable choice. I lose my construct, but obviously then they don't get to play 3 lands. I could also just blow up their Azusa, kill the Azusa in response to this. Then they get to play 1 land. Am I supposed to unexpectedly absent the Azusa? I think so. Yeah, I think I just tag the Azusa with unexpectedly absent here and let them play 1 land out of their yard. Because they can't use this to cast spells. Even if they had any relevant ones to cast, because the Drannith Magistrate stops it. Do I need to leave up Thraben Charm this turn? Or do I just slam Fire and Ice and get like Ghost Vacuum? I could activate, make a 3/3, boots it up. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sort of Fire and Ice is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I draw 2 cards. Do I want Ghost Vacuum just in case something happens to my Drannith? If I'd sort of Fire and Ice in play, I could Masterwork it. Something I didn't think about last turn, but 6 mana. So I'm Fire and Icing, I can't do anything else, so I might as well Boots. I guess that's mana neutral, huh? Because I have to tap my Drannith Magistrate to equip. Don't hurt me! I mean, I think if they play 5 mana Zeus and play 3 lands out of their graveyard, it's just not enough. Didn't they put Azusa in the command zone? Am I tweaking? Yeah, Azusa's in the command zone. That's why I meant said play 5 mana Azusa and then play a bunch of lands from the graveyard. Oh god. If this gets Glacial Chasm and makes bears. If we draw land, we can recruit Wisp, but we don't have enough mana to also punch through the bear tokens. What did they get? Shifting Woodland. They can't play Azusa. Oh, yeah. The Drannith's stopping Azusa. You're right. Alright, so we can exile their entire yard with Raven Charm at some point. I need to play it. We have 4 minutes here. Am I supposed to exile their entire yard right now? No. But they can also... They don't have Delirium. They only have 2 card types in the yard anyway. We just recruit Flicker Wisp and say go. And try to set up for lethal the following turn. Next turn, we can hold up the Thraben Charm if something scary happens. And then also next turn we can play Benevolent Bodyguard for Cloud Pro Green and Flicker Wisp with the Glacial Chasm out of the way. There's no reason to cast the Thraben Charm right now. They only have sorcery, land in the yard. They can play the Echoing Deeps, but it can only copy cards out of the graveyard that don't matter. They played land for turn. We can even boots the Wisp to have 2 sets of lethal attackers, the Cloud by itself, and the 2 flyers. Oh god, what's happening? Please, opponent. Stop having the nuts. Please. Wait, can we still win? No, right? I don't think we can. I don't think we have enough mana to still win here. We can only do them 4. -3, exile the board, huh? Does not hit planeswalkers. We need more mana to kill them outright here. We can only do them 4 with this boots, right? We need 6 mana or some non-summoning sick creatures, so we just play Benevolent Bodyguard plus Sanctifier. Come on, opponent! This is not lethal. And this Ugin gains them 3 life every turn. God, we could have won if not for this Ugin Eye of the Storms. God damn it. Oh, we were so goddamn close, man. If we drawn a land, maybe we could do something here too. Wisp. Dead to Healing Salve. I don't even know if that Form War is right. Might have been correct to... get Masterwork. If I draw land, I still might be able to do something weirdly. Probably not if they're also gonna Formidable Speaker me, huh? Nice Eldrazi Confluence mana base. Oh, Mega Spawn for Maze of Ith. Alright, fine. We didn't have an out. Jeez, that was a brutal way to... We were so close to getting that match on so many... We can deal... If we draw a land, we can deal 6 here, right? Still. It's like so close to killing them. If they hadn't gained 6 life off that goddamn Ugin Eye of the Storms. No mana to pay ward. What do you mean, no mana to pay ward? Oh, wait, is this lethal? What? What? My wasn't red. It was attacking. What the hell was that? Moto. God. What was that? You all saw that, right? The Wisp was highlighted red and attacking. I actually had my this is a file for conf moment. I need my glory. I need my... We literally had onboard lethal. The thing turned red. Moto stole... We were fucking robbed. What the hell? Actually fucking robbed. What the fuck was that? We have video evidence. Our fuck... It turned red. It was attacking. We got a foul for conf from this one. I can't believe this happened. Did I multi-click the Wisp when attacking? I saw the text pop up that was like choose the attacker. Oh my god, I can't believe that's how we lose the trophy match. Dang, we're going to the VODs on this one. We're pulling up the exact moment. What the hell was that? Yeah. I assume they probably comp the 5-0 award, but that was so weird. Yeah. We at least get some closure on it. Let's see what happened. All the way down here. Make it nice and big. Probably like right here. Yeah, they're micro spawning us. I didn't realize this. I thought this was only 6 damage. I didn't realize it was 8. That's why I thought we were dead. But we actually just had lethal. So we're in the beginning of combat here. I click. And now we're in second. What happens there? What was that? I click it. You see my mouse click. My mouse is hovering, attack. It turns red, but we're in main 2. This is some BS. I want my refund on this league. I can't believe we didn't get a trophy with this. This literally, you can attach screenshots, right? Screenshot the exact moment it happens. Opponent's MTGO premium. Genuinely looks like, yeah, I don't know what happened. Maybe Moto just like bugged out because like I'm so far down on time. It was some like weird lag spike or something. But it definitely looks like some sort of weird Moto bug. Can I get the moment that I click on deciding the attacker? Yeah, right here. I've literally never been more robbed of a trophy than this exact moment. Well, we got the trophy in spirit. let's take our let's take our wins where we can get them. The deck displayed its ability to trophy, even if Moto didn't let me. And I think that's the important takeaway. Even through like a really bad matchup too. Like that was we fought a good fight against that Azusa opponent. We struggled for that win. And then our victory was snatched from us. But I mean, we're like literally we're 9-1 if we asterisks that loss, which I think I'm not a big person like, oh, we could have won that. I misplayed. It doesn't really count as my loss or whatever. But like that one in my like notes here, taking notes about how this cloudless is performing, I'm writing this one up as a 5-0. We're 9-1 with this list as far as I'm concerned. I'll submit my Moto comp request after the stream. But thanks everyone for hanging out, I suppose. We are done for the night. I'll be back again next week. Let's find someone to raid. Let us raid Guilt Spire, playing some modern. It looks like, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Guilt Spire is a recent MTGO content creator edition. Don't quote me on that, but I think they are. But if not, still, gotta raid the folks flying the MTGO flags. Anyway, thanks everyone for joining me. Hope you had a good time. Some highs and some lows today, certainly. We were scammed out of our win. But had a good time. Had some fun. Did a lot more winning with Cloud. Very happy with this list. Thraben Charm has been showing up a lot. Shining Shoal did some things, even though we didn't play against 2099. I really like the edits that I've made to this list. I'm really happy with like the whole thing, honestly. It's just working out really well so far. Happy to continue iterating, but I'm really pumped. Gonna play some more Clouds next week. That's gonna be it for me tonight. Have a good one, everybody.